What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Arrow episode review. So, it has been a week of returns for the CW, well, the CW DC TV shows, that is. We've had The Flash in a pretty solid episode, and the same with Supergirl. Legends of Horror is sadly no longer with us. That has done its finale until later on this year. But Arrow. An interesting return for Arrow. So if you're new to the channel, please do click that like. Please do click that subscribe as well. So click that notifications button, the bell as well, so you always get those notifications. But Arrow, what is going on? So previously we had our mate Adrian Chase run off into the sunset, drive off, and we're thinking he's free. However, he is tormenting the team so far, and they have no way to catch him, which really isn't that good considering that he is completely psycho and completely evil and doesn't really care about who he kills to reach his objectives. Much like Season 1, Oliver didn't care about killing, did he? But he did it anyway. Now, the return of this show, I think this episode was a bit messy. Now, we had the whole thing with Argus. I felt that was a bit weak here. We had the whole thing with Helix, which was going on. It felt like this show was trying to do far too much. So this central plot theme is essentially the Helix versus Argus, which, well, Argus, they said, Helix said that it is the strongest way to hack into. It is the hardest thing to get into, at least in their mainframe. Now, they were easily fooled with a van going in, but I'll talk about that later. So, we had Adrian Chase teasing the team this week at the start. He had the cool thing with the arcades, it blew up. I thought the whole thing where you had that game where it had the lookalike of Prometheus, I thought that was a bit shit. I thought that was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get you. It felt more like a kind of animated intro, so to speak, as opposed to an actual plan by this character. And I thought it was really, unfortunately, very, very cheesy. So we had Diggle having dramas with his wife, who, well, Helix would help them if they could release Caden James, who's their leader. Now, interesting, they didn't properly expand upon that person, and you can tell that that might be someone who is going to be used next season in one way. And it's weird considering that Caden James was the person who decided that Helix can't work with Felicity because of the close ties with the Green Arrow. I don't think that Helix are too happy with using or working with the Green Arrow. I can't help but think that there may be some underlying things there. This could be a twist in the works there for what's going on with Helix. I think that there is more that meets the eye with this team, and I feel that moving forward that they will possibly have a reason why they don't want to work with Green Arrow, and why maybe people in the upper echelons in the secret cable who run Helix, why they do not want to work with that character. However, they did give Felicity that biometric scanner, which is going to lead into the next episode, because obviously at the end of this one, they saw that Adrian Chase was near to them, and the next episode will actually feature Felicity flashbacks, which very, very interesting there. The fact that we're going to learn about why that couple split up, why Felicity was no more, and we'll see a different side to that apparently, which I'm not that fussed about, but I guess it gives you Felicity fans a nice little look at just why they ended things. Now, the whole thing with Argus versus Helix was a bit shit. I felt that they didn't really work that well. I didn't think this story was that well executed, to be honest, and having them coming in this van and they're like, oh yeah, we've checked underneath. Yeah, here's my fake papers. And then they're just like, oh, seems legit, bro. That didn't really work at all, to be honest. It just looked stupid. I can't help but think that a company like Argus, or an organisation like Argus, has the turrets, the auto turrets. They have black sites everywhere. Can't help but think they wouldn't have X-ray scanners for all of this as well. Can't help but think they wouldn't have more technology at their disposal to stop what, or stop anyone invading them. The fight scenes were pretty cool. I thought they were really good. And I'm hoping that Helix does return next season to maybe be an enemy or be one of many enemies, which I think would really, really work. I don't think we've seen the end of Helix, to be honest. I think that they will probably try some revenge attacks against Argus as well. And what's interesting as well, this storyline has given us an interesting look at Diggle's relationship with Lila, and it looks like she's trying or seemingly understanding what Amanda Waller was doing and understands that is different from that side of the table, which obviously it really is, to be honest, isn't it? So there's more there. I think that she needs to be more in this show. I think Argus needs to have more of a presence, to be honest, for this show to, or this storyline to have more in it of an impact. I think it would have had more of an impact if we had Argus featured more as well. It looked like behind the scenes that they're going to have Argus with the Flash as well. Maybe the new character Tracy Brand is working with Argus there as well. I don't know. That's just a theory. Literally just sort of on the top of my head. Now we've got the thing with Wild Dog, understanding more about him with his daughter, which does make sense because he is upgraded to a season regular now. So we're going to see more of him as the times go by. So I think the episode was all right. Unfortunately, we've got an Olicity-style episode next week. I think that Felicity being evil didn't really work because, well, her being perceived as evil didn't really reach the peak that I was hoping, because really she was questioning Helix. And I think for it to really work, for this storyline to work better, she would have to have done things bad. And I think Helix are bad because I don't trust them at all, killing the guy that Adrian Chase had in the inside, which, again, a story which they didn't expand upon, which was really, really interesting. I want to know why he was working for Prometheus, but they decided to have a Wild Dog story instead. Yeah, whatever. But that is it for this video. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you soon, and goodbye.